In this video, what we're going to do is we're going to go beyond the headlines and we're going to take a look at 3 stats that show you exactly how bad the market is. If you do need to buy or sell for family reasons, you can call or text me at this number, but that's not why you're here. So let's get started with the first sign, the first red flag on how bad the market really is. And the one I want to look at is SNLR, which just means sales to new listings ratio, which just means that how many listings are coming up and how many are actually selling. Between 40 to 60% ratio, you are in a balanced market, and anything above 60%, you are in a seller's market. Anything below 40, you are in a buyer's market. Last March, the SNLR was 49%, so we would consider that a balanced market. And now we have dropped to 29%. So this is everything added together on the Toronto MLS. We are sitting at 29%. So we are in a deep, deep buyer's market. And if you break it down by region, so we can look at Halton, Peel, Toronto, York, and Durham. So let's say, for example, Halton, we were almost close to a seller's market last March. We were at 57%. So technically a balanced market. But look how much it has dropped. It went from 57% to all the way to 28.8%. So we are pretty much in every single region, we are in a deep buyer's market. Look at York, it's at 26%. The only one in the 30s is in the region of Durham at 34.4. So that's the first red flag that buyers and sellers should be aware of as well, because as a seller, you want to know, like, okay, am I even going to be able to sell my listing or not? Or is there even any point in trying? Because sometimes it makes sense to wait if you're able to, right? If you're not, then yeah, there's no choice. The second thing I want to look at is obviously sales. You want to see which way the sales are going. Last March, let's say Toronto, for example, it was sitting at 2308 sales in the month of March, and now we're sitting at about 1900. That would make it a drop of 17%. That's not bad compared to some of the other cities, regions. The highest drop has been in the region of York. It went from 1250 to 859. That makes it a drop of about 31%. So that's the highest drop in the number of sales. And another red flag coming up is listing cancellations. I don't see a lot of people mentioning this, but this is extremely important. If you are a seller, you want to know, am I going to end up on this list? Like, how is my pricing? How is the condition of the house? How many homes am I competing with? How long is it going to take to sell? So all those stats your agent should be providing you. So that way you can decide, okay, is this a good time to sell or not? Because a lot of listings are just not selling. We had more cancellations in the month of March than we actually had sales. So if you look at the middle column, that's how many listings were canceled. So this is not all of 2025. I pulled up just what happened in the month of March. And look at Toronto. We had over almost 2,500 listings get canceled. And then we had 1,900 sales. So more cancellations in every single region than actual sales. A lot of these, they cancel either because they're not happy with the market and they're just not going to sell and they're going to wait it out. And second reason is either they cancel it because they're not happy with the agent. Like a month goes by, 2 months go by, then people start wondering, did I hire the right agent? Or they're not, like getting the price they want. So they're starting to realize, like, okay, you know what, this is not working. Maybe I have to reduce my price. So sometimes instead of doing a price reduction, they will just cancel the listing and relist it with the same agent or a new agent. So a lot of these do come back. But the point is, when the market is busy, nobody cancels the listing because there's no need to. You sell in 1 week, 2 weeks. But that's my second point. The third red flag we're going to get to is days on market. This is extremely important, especially if you're a seller. You want to know, okay, I saw this Facebook ad or I saw this agent on TikTok saying that, hey, even in this market, I sold my client's house in 3 days and we have 45 showings. Is that realistic? Should I believe that, or what's the story? The story is there's really no way to sell a house in 2-3 days unless you are priced way below market value. So I would be very careful with that kind of marketing. The truth is almost 50%, not quite, but almost 50% of listings that are on the market right now, they have been on the market for longer than 1 month. So if you're thinking of selling and you want to plan accordingly for your next house, you want to be sure that you don't get stuck like like start looking, fall in love with the house, and then you're like, okay, well, I bought a house, now I got to sell it. My agent told me it'll sell in 2 weeks, but it's not happening. So now desperation kicks in, and then you have to drastically to reduce the price to just get rid of it. So you don't want to get stuck in that situation. In this market, definitely, I would definitely be, if you're a seller, I would definitely be selling first, just so you know first that it can sell, because a lot of listings are just not selling. Secondly, you want to know, okay, how long it's going to take, and also the most important is what kind of price you're going to get, because that might influence what you can buy on the other side. So I would not be, you can window shop, but I would not really put an offer on something until you have a firm offer on your house. So 30 plus days on the market, almost like I said, about 40%, 45% in most cases. If you guys need any help buying or selling, why not get an agent who's going to show you the real stats and be honest with you, like what's going on in the market. You can call or text me here. I'll see you next time. Thanks.